Thank you for joining me. My name is Kewa Steven, your Inspiring People Development Part. We had a fantastic session earlier today. I was doing some workshop or some seminar, online seminar on Zoom for some parents, and from the comments they gave to me, and I decided I just want to share with you a little bit about this parenting thing that we are doing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I would want you to be part of it. I want as many people to be able to partake of what we have been learning and what we'll be doing online. So I thought I needed to let you know, sort of to give you a sneak preview of what is happening inside these workshops and seminars that we will be doing. We do it from 10 o'clock to around 11:30 thereabout. And how I wish that many mothers and fathers will be able to join. Why? Because parenting is not just taking care of the children in terms of the providing for them their basic necessities, and we are talking about providing food and clothing and shelter and paying school fees for them. Parenting is more than that. Unfortunately, many people, beyond that, they don't know exactly what they are supposed to be doing as fathers, as mothers, what specific roles they ought to play in the lives of their children. Many parents, when I talk to them, all what they think they need to do is exactly what I've just mentioned. Provide the basic necessities of life, pay school fees, and that's it. But that's not it. In fact, most parents think that they are supposed to take care of their children because they became parents. But that's not even the truth. I want you to understand from a biblical perspective, according to the Bible, in the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 15, that God is seeking a godly offspring. That's number one. God is seeking a godly offspring, and he has partnered with you to help him be able to do that. He has given you children, whether boys or girls. You may call them your daughters and your sons, but the truth is, according to the Bible says that children are the heritage of the Lord. The fruit of the womb, his reward. You may call them your children, but they are not yours. God has placed them in your stewardship for you to raise them, bring them up, teach them, and cause them to know who they are and discover who they are in God, get to know their purposes in God, and get to know what they were born here to do. So they are your children, yes, as you call them, because they came from your loins. But guess what? You are just but the vehicle that God used to bring them on board. You are supposed to do more than providing for them, than paying school for them. There is more that you're supposed to be doing for your children. But most people have got no clue. And what a grand responsibility. There's no bigger responsibility that can be endowed on a human being than to raise a child from the time the child is born to the time he or she becomes an adult who can stand on their own. That to me is the greatest responsibility that most people are not even conscious about. They are not intentional, they are not purposeful, they are not deliberate because they don't know how to do that. And there are guidelines very clear from the Bible on exactly what to do and how to go about that. But most people are oblivious. We think just providing and just being there, that's all enough, which is not. And this is what this parenting seminar or workshop, this is what we are doing. We are going deeper and finding out exactly what is this raising children, what is it all about. Let me give you a sneak preview. In this workshop, what we learn is we go deeper and to find out what does it mean to raise children. And like the word suggests, to raise, that means you're raising them up, not just physically. That of course you do when you provide food and clothing and all that, but you are also raising them up emotionally to be confident people, to be confident children who can express themselves properly without any intimidation or fear. So you raise them up, you're raising them up emotionally. The other thing you're doing for your children, besides raising them emotionally, is to raise them spiritually. And for that, you have to be able to create an enabling environment for your children to be able to learn how to hear God for themselves. That means you must be someone who also hears God as a parent, because you may not be able to create an enabling environment for your children to be able to hear God for themselves if you don't hear God for yourselves at all. So we are also talking about creating that enabling environment for children to be able to hear God for themselves. And we show you how exactly you go about that. We talk about raising them in terms of their thinking capability, their reasoning ability, and we go deeper into exactly how do you help children develop their thinking capacity. Because if there is one thing you can do for children that can stay with them forever, qualify you to be a great parent, is when you have been able to help them to learn to be to think, to have an original thought for themselves, to think for themselves, to stand on their own feet. If you can do that for your children, you will have done a fantastic job in raising your children. And we show you exactly what you do to help children learn how to think. Unfortunately, many people, including adults, don't even know how to think. So we also show you what you do as a person and what you need to do to be able to help your children learn how to think, or to think for themselves. And we also show you that raising children also means that you motivate your children so that they are so much self-motivated that they will not be easily swindled or derailed by their peers. When children are able to stand on their own, they are motivated enough to be able to make a choice of the kinds of friends they want to have. And this happens to be the choice of friends that you would also recommend. Then you will have done a fantastic job as far as raising your children is concerned. We also talk about how you raise your children to be unique, to be individuals, not to be replicas of who you are or trying to compensate for where you fail. We show you exactly how you go about doing that. And we show you also a number of things, seven lessons every parent need to teach their child. Every mother, every father need to teach their children 7 lessons. And these are not things that are taught in school. You don't expect the teachers to do this job for you. It's your job as a parent. It is you to do. The home is supposed to be the first school that a child has in life. So we show you exactly what are the qualities of home that produce great achievers in life, what these people do and what they don't do, so that you also don't do the same things that people who don't produce achievers in their homes, you don't follow the same steps. So it's a lot of things happening. We show you the 10 major great responsibilities of what parenting is all about. We also talk to you about the specific roles that mothers play in raising boys and in raising girls. We also show you the specific roles that fathers as well play in raising girls and raising boys. And we show you how to go about all these things. And then we look at all the challenges that are facing parents on the 21st century and how to mitigate these challenges. You need to do what you need to have in terms of skills, what you need to have in terms of mindset, what you need to have in terms of knowledge and expertise to be able to be a parent who is on top of things, so that you are not a thermometer parent. You are able to adjust like a thermostat to the environment and be able to win your children towards your ideas and your ideology and all that. In fact, I dare say that the greatest leadership challenge is raising and bringing up children. So I would want as many men and women to enroll for this parenting seminar. So it's not just about giving you information on what you need to do or what you need to know. We also give you information on how to do it. We give you step-by-step guide. This is how to teach children values. This is how to instill values. This is how to teach them faith, matters to do with faith. This is how to teach them how to develop attention, because some children lack attention. Even when in school, they cannot concentrate for more than 10 minutes. So we show you how you help your children to develop attention. And we show you also how to teach your children how to make wise decisions. We show you exactly what you need to do as a parent to help your children be able to make wise decisions for themselves. We have a variety of parents joining in from across the globe, and it has been a fantastic, wonderful session. So I would want you to be part of this, because I feel this can be so much helpful to you. And you can thank me later if you enroll. And if you enroll and you don't find any usefulness into this program, I would be glad to refund you your registration fee. If you don't find anything useful, I would not in any way hesitate to refunding you your registration fee. But I know, in fact, the parents who have been through this program, I wish they would speak on their behalf. Some of them have said what they're even paying is little compared to what they get out of. So we have a session also commencing next week as well. So you can register this between today and Friday so that you can get a slot in the class that we are going to start next week on Monday. So this is what I wanted to communicate to you. I don't want you to be left out. It's going to be a blessing. It opens up your mind. I know you've been raising your children. You have 9-year-olds or 11-year-olds and you feel, oh, I know. But let me tell you, when you get into this session, even from the interactions from other parents, all of a sudden you expand your horizon of what you have known parenting to be about. And there is no way you get in and get out the same parent. So I encourage you to make sure that you enroll. I hope that you will be able to register. If you want to register, please hit the inbox, send me a mail or send me a message there, and we'll be able to tell you on exactly what you need to do to register and the slot we will give you, and when exactly we are going to start and the timing as well. So feel free. write to me or call or message me on the messenger, and I'll be happy to respond to your queries and to your questions. Thank you very much.